James Helder, IFL TV, in association with Mac the Knife Global. With me, IBF World Champion Lee Selby at the final press conference.
Barros has gone to get his medicals or something, last minute medicals. But it don't matter. It would have been nice to have a face off with him, see him up close in the flesh again. But I'm sure I'll be seeing him Saturday night.
Does it take away your big moment, the fact you haven't got that at the press conference? A good chance to have a look at him.
It don't matter. I've seen him box live before. I've had a photograph of him. I've sort of sized him up, so it don't really matter.
How has everything been sort of in the build-up to this? You've sort of taken yourself out of the spotlight as others have done. A lot of time to sort of acclimatise. How have things been?
Well, I finished up my sparring in the Ingo gym with Kid Galahad and Jordan Gill. We flew out then to LA. We had 9 nights there, just training, no sparring. So I did a lot of sparring with those two boys over like the time of a month or two. We went out to Fuerteventura, sparred out there, and then in the gym itself we had a couple of weeks up there. So I finished my sparring back home, just flew to LA, had 9 nights there to acclimatise and just train, sharpen up on the pads, and come here Sunday. We've had a week in Vegas.
It's got this old school feel about it. Everybody's been talking about it. The fact that if you come through your fight and Carl Frampton comes his fight way we expect him to, there could potentially be that huge unification clash and maybe a big fight for you both back home. So what are your thoughts on that, Lee?
It's a massive fight, and it just puts a lot more pressure on the pair of us, to be honest. But hopefully we do come through okay. We've both got tough fights, and then we'll get around. It'll be a massive fight back home, like you said.
Would you have any invitation to where that fight would be? Would you be insisting it be in Wales? Because everybody's making the assumption if it does happen, it would be sort of in Belfast.
Yeah, Carl's saying he wants to fight in Belfast. I'm happy to travel there, but I think the arena is only like a 20,000 arena, 20,000 seater. Mm-hmm. The Millennium Stadium holds the 80,000. I think us two would draw in like 40,000 anywhere around the country. So maybe they'd fancy a fight over in the Millennium Stadium. Carl brings millions of fans wherever he travels. So numbers make money and money makes sense, so he might travel.
You've obviously fought in America quite a lot now. Do you feel your profile's growing out of here? And with the benefit of hindsight, do you feel that was the right decision for you to come out and fight?
It was definitely the right decision. And my profile is growing, especially like around the gyms. I've travelled on the gyms, they've also seen me spar and stuff. And I've boxed on Showtime and I've boxed on ESPN. So yeah, my profile is starting to build. The people in the boxing game know that's for sure.
Because obviously Santa Cruz is a very skilled fighter. In your opinion, what has he got to do to beat Frampton this time? What can he do different in such a close fight that we haven't seen from him already?
He always fights the same way. So when he do change up, or if he do change up, like you're saying, he's out of his comfort zone. He's not boxing how he'd like to. Mm-hmm. So to be honest, I just stick to what he does and just put more pressure on him, throw more shots, rather than up to like it sounds like he's going to try and use his jab and not box me. That ain't how he fights. So I just stick to what he does best and just try and put more to it.
If he does load up on the shots with the amount of shots that he throws, does that leave him more vulnerable to be caught by Carl Frampton?
I say Carl Frampton's a good counter puncher, and when he punches, he hits hard. So it's tough to split him, but obviously you'd have to go with Frampton. He won the first one.
How do you feel when the Americans refer to you as the Welsh Mayweather? Have you sort of accepted that moniker?
I'm just glad fucking Mayweather ain't listening. He'd be over here giving me abuse. There's only one Mayweather. It's just insulting to him to like call me the Welsh Mayweather. I think that might have been the Boxing News or Boxing Monthly dubbed me it. But yeah, it's insulting. It's good on my behalf, of course, but it's insulting on his.
What tune will you be coming out to?
Same as always, silly question. Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, Big L.
Such a Big L fan. Big L's sort of underappreciated, isn't he?
Yeah, I say only like true hip hop fans even know who he is.
99 Freestyle, my favourite Big L track.
Yeah, I might have to change it up one day just for you.
If you come into 99 Freestyle, you'll be an absolute don.
Yeah.
Any Welshman that comes into Big L has got my full support no matter what.
Thank you. Nice one.
So yeah, you are sort of enjoying your career now. Do you think you're coming into that point where we're going to see you getting these big money fights?
That's why I need these big fights, and like I said, big money, and just the standout fights, wins over big names, which I haven't had at the moment.
All right, well listen, I'm not going to take up too much of your time.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys have not been the easiest to get hold of. Before I go, I just want to say hello to this man, Tony Bourne, doing an outstanding job, and the team. How are we, fellas?
I'm alright, thank you.
We've got to stop meeting like this. How are you? Good. You guys have been a bit elusive to get hold of this week, so I'm taking everything's all right. Everything's good.
Everything's good, yeah, everything's going well. Sparring, preparation, everything's going well. So we're used to a job, we're going to do it Saturday night.
Brilliant. Hopefully one eye on that unification with Frampton, potentially if he comes through it, Tony.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, we're not looking ahead of this fight on Saturday. We get the job done Saturday. Hopefully, Frampton does the job with Santa Cruz and sets up a unification fight back home.
Massive, massive. Listen, lads, thank you very much. I will catch you real soon.
Okay, cheers.